Hello, that's the intro for the simplified version of A Thousand Years by Christina Perry.
In this tutorial, you will learn the chords for this version, proper switching between chords, the time signature of the song, the duration or playing time of each chord, the suggested rhythmic pattern for the ukulele playing, and there is a demo for you to play along as the chords, lyrics, and timing are there for you as guides. Before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so here we go. We're going to learn chords. A Thousand Years is in key of B flat, but this version is in key of G. I chose key of G for this version or tutorial because its chords are friendlier to beginners. There are only 5 chords for this song, and so in key of G, the chords are G, D, E minor, A minor, and C. Now let's go over those chords. There are things that you need to know before you study chords. First is left hand fingers notation. Index finger number 1, middle finger number 2, ring finger number 3, pinky number 4. And for proper left hand techniques, always position your thumb, this part of your thumb, at the back of the neck and press the strings with the tips of your fingers, not with the pad. This is the fretboard. It's called fretboard because each of these is called a fret. So this is first fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, and so on. A fret is where you position your finger to play a sound like this one. You would notice if I move my finger to the next fret, the sound change. And also here, it keeps on changing as you move from one fret to the next.
The strings are numbered.
The bottom is numbered 1, and this is numbered 2, number 3, and number 4. Try to remember these things, as learning these things will help you understand chords. Okay, so here's the first chord, G or G major. For this chord, number 1 finger on the number 3 string at second fret, number 2 finger on number 1 string at second fret, and number 3 finger on the second string at third fret. So here you have 2 fingers, the number 1 and number 2 fingers at second fret or fret number 2, and your third finger at fret number 3 or third fret. And the sound is. Next chord is D or D major. For this chord, number 1 finger goes on number 4 string at second fret. Number 2 finger on the number 3 string at second fret. Number 3 finger on the number 2 string at second fret. As you can see, the 3 fingers are all at fret number 2 or second fret. The number 1 string is left open, and the sound is. Next chord is another major chord, which is called C or C major chord. For this chord, I suggest that you use your number 3 finger. this one, on number 1 string, which is this one, at 3rd fret, so here. That's all. The other strings are left open. This is the sound. Next chord is a minor chord in key of E, or E minor. For this chord, your index finger or number 1 finger on the 1st string at 2nd fret, number 2 finger on number 2 string at 3rd fret, number 3 finger on number 3 string at 4th fret. So as you can see, you have 1 finger at each fret. The 4th string is left open, this one. And the sound is, the last chord is another minor chord in key of A, or A minor. For this chord, I suggest that you use your number 2 finger to play the number 4 string at 2nd fret. The rest are all open. And this is the sound. Now for chord transition or switching between chords, let me run down all the chords through the whole song, starting with the intro. So here, G, followed by D, and then E minor, back to D, C is next, goes back to G, and then to D. And then start of the song, C, hearts beat fast, colors and prom is G, me says how to be, E minor, brave, how can I, D, love when I'm, this is G, afraid to fall, but watching you stand alone, all of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. One step closer, I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid, I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And then there's the interlude with the chord C. Time stands still, beauty in all she is. I will be brave, I will not let anything take away, but standing in front of me, every breath, every hour has come to this. One step closer, I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid, I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. All along I believe I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And then the next part is instrumental. G, then E minor, and then C, D, and A minor. One step closer, one step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. All along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. Now we go to outro. Then to G. Then C. E minor. To D. And the last chord, C. The song is written in 3/4 time signature. The number 3 tells you that there are 3 beats in a measure. So you are going to count up to 3. So if the tempo is slow, the counting would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And if the tempo is fast, so it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So there are 3 beats in a measure. A measure is when you count from one to the next one, that is a measure. Or you can also take it this way, it's a group of threes. Or in a measure, you will see counters 1, 2, and 3. In music notation, a measure is indicated by bar lines. So from bar line to bar line is a measure. And it's shown right here. And for this tutorial, we will be using bar lines to indicate measures and also indicate playing time of each chord. Before we discuss about the rhythmic pattern for the song, or the suggested strumming pattern, or the pattern that I'm going to suggest to you, let's talk about strokes first. When we strum the instrument this way, that is what we call downstroke, because the direction of the strum is going downward. And the symbol for that is this. The opposite of that, the one which goes up, that's what we call upstroke. And this is the symbol. I would want you to remember these symbols as the sequence of the upstroke and downstroke. A certain combination of that will give a rhythmic feel for the song. The tempo of the song is like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a bit fast for a beginner. So for this tutorial or lesson, let's adapt a slower tempo. Say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Doing it slow will give you more time to move to the next chord, and you could focus more on playing accurately. And for the rhythmic pattern that I'm going to suggest for this song is a combination of quarter note and 8 notes. And if you have no idea about the notes that I mentioned, quarter note and 8 note, I would suggest that you check out my lesson on the ABCs of strumming, as that will teach you what an eighth note is, or a quarter note, even half note, and whole note. So click on this card, as it has a link to the lesson ABCs of strumming. The pattern that I want to suggest to you is this. As you can see, you have the first downstroke right at count 1. The next downstroke is at count number 2. The next stroke is an upstroke between 2 and 3. The next stroke is a downstroke right at count number 3. And the last stroke is an upstroke between 3 and the next one. So there are 5 strokes in that pattern. The first stroke is actually a quarter note. That stroke rings 1 beat. The second downstroke, or the second stroke, is an eighth note, and that rings half a beat. The third stroke is an upstroke, and that rings half a beat also. The fourth stroke is a downstroke right at count number 3, and that rings half a beat. And the last stroke, which is an upstroke, that is between 3 and the next one, also rings half a beat. So the pattern is a series of quarter note followed by 4 eighth notes. And for us to be able to do the pattern, we have to do an eighth note counting. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we have to insert a character between those counts, so that we will be able to make a stroke in between those counts, as that will help us do eight notes. So I will introduce the letter N for the 8 notes. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we do an 8 note counting with the letter N. So it goes like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. And if we follow the pattern, you have a downstroke right at count 1, and then another downstroke at count number 2, an upstroke between counts 2 and 3, a downstroke right at count 3, and an upstroke between counts 3 to the next one. So if our tempo is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, so it's gonna be like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1. There. So over a chord like G major, it's going to, the rhythm sounds like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and there. The rhythmic pattern is actually played for most part of the song, but there are certain parts of the song where the rhythm for a chord is not the one that I'm suggesting, especially for the intro. The demo that follows this will show you the duration of each of those chords, as well as when to do a downstroke and when to apply the rhythmic pattern that I'm suggesting. I would encourage you to play along to the demo, as the chords, lyrics, as well as the timing are there as your guides for playing along. So I hope you have fun doing or playing along with the demo. Okay, here we go. Here's the demo, and our tempo is 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Don't forget to click the like and the subscribe button. So I hope you were able to play along with the demo. There is another lesson that I have done in the past, which is an application of the basic rhythmic patterns in 4/4 time signature. You may want to check that out. So click on this card for the link to that video, the title of which is Basic Strumming Patterns for the song, the show. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click on the like icon and do leave your comments in the comment section box. Let me know what you think about this lesson or this tutorial. At the end of this video are two end screens. Check out those end screens as those have linked to tutorials. One is a playlist on the tutorial on ukulele, and the other one is a playlist on guitar tutorials. And save or download or add this video to your own playlist so you can watch this later. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video or tutorial.